Behavior's 8th anniversary stream was amazing. They announced so much content they're working on. A lot of us were wondering, why do some updates seem a little bit rushed in the past? And what are they possibly doing? Are they being lazy? No. They have been working on outstanding things in the back end. And I want to share everything that they've been working on with you guys to show you that they actually have been listening, and practically everything the community's been asking for is going to be released in the near future. So with that being said, let's dive in. So Behavior just recently came out with Vecna and 2 elves as part of their public test build. They're working on the 2v8 game mode that we've been asking for the longest time. I think Matt, the lead game designer, one of the lead game designers, mentioned that
the focus with 2v8, we really wanted to hone in on what's exciting and fun and chaotic with DBD. And we're leaning more into a party mode kind of vibe rather than something that's super competitive.
Wow, they're listening. That's amazing. I've always mentioned that when it comes to the skill-based matchmaking stuff, Behavior had a couple options. They were either revamp the current system that they have, or either do something a little crazy with the modifiers, or make a separate game mode so that you have like a casual playlist and a competitive playlist. Cultivate this type of player base where both competitive and casual players can play out. They're listening. Hallelujah. That's great. Cross progression is coming to Dead by Daylight.
You guys are wanting cross progression, and we're giving it to you later this summer. Players will need to own the base game on any platform that they're playing on and have a Behavior account.
Dead by Daylight. This is cross progression for console and PC. Dead by Daylight. We're not talking about Dead by Daylight mobile. It's really its own experience. If you've never played it, it's a different beast. Awesome.
They did the some sort of like Borgo map rework because it was hurting people's eyes. It's like too red. They put in a fix for fixing rubber banding.
We know since the last update, there's been a rubber banding issue that's been plaguing the game. The team has been working extremely hard at it over the last few weeks. We have a tentative fix that the team has been working on that we're hoping to test on the PTB later today. We will be deploying that fix to live, and hopefully it should improve the situation.
A new anniversary modifier with this chaos shovel, with some sort of completely different in-game mechanic to do with an in-game challenge. Something to do with the party master appearing from the floating decorations. I don't know what's going on, but Behavior has been going hard with their content drops. Holy crap. Not to mention masquerade masks, pig cosmetics, before masquerade blood point bonuses and rift fragments. And honestly, this is probably some of the best work that Behavior has ever done. So much so that just by explaining the content that is released in this current PTB will show you how crazy they've been going with these updates. So Vecna is a Dungeons and Dragons character who has 4 spells that he can use to cast and summon. One that allows him to take flight and move faster, maybe sometimes vault over windows or pallets. Summon a line of skulls that fly out and attack a survivor, essentially injuring them through walls. From a short range. Summoning a sort of hand that can block pallets from being dropped, block pallets from being thrown down, or being used to pick pallets up. Summoning an orb that moves in the desired direction you look at to detect survivors that within its radius. These are 4 spells you can alternate between and can all be countered by items that survivors can pick up in what they call like treasure chests, whose rarity is also determined by a dice roll from terrible, common to rare to ultra rare rarity, with legendary items doing something as crazy as making you invisible after, for instance, like vaulting a locker. Unique gameplay mechanics. Wow. On top of that, we also have a new map for Dungeons and Dragons that has a sort of dungeony feel. There are portals that allow you to teleport from one place to another, from inside the building to outside. There's 2 of these, I think, and opens up the possibility of us getting Portal in the future. Unlikely, but funny to say. Some items let you see what the killer is doing, the auras of the different abilities. The treasure chests can become mimics. Oh, shit! It's a mimic? One of the new perks comes with a custom emote. Okay. The killer has 2 Moris. Okay, yeah. Holy crap. Okay. Oh my god. And we haven't even gotten to this chapter's perks, which I'll start with Vecna's first. Weave Attunement. When an item becomes depleted for the first time, it is dropped. You see the aura of dropped items. And survivors within 8 meters of dropped items have their auras revealed to you. When a survivor picks up an item, they suffer from the Obliviousness stat effect for 30 seconds. Really good for those groups of survivors who love to bring items. And maybe a decent tracking perk for trying to kill survivors faster as they progressively burn through their items faster and faster. Dark Arrogance increases the duration you are blinded by any means, and the duration of pallet stuns by 25%. Increases regular vault speed by 20%. Might be really good when paired with Superior Anatomy, Fire Up, a nice vault speed perk that may be good for those M1 killers. Behavior seems to be pushing the game more towards chase, and faster vaults, haste, all seem to be a part of this type of less gen control, more chasing agenda. Languid Touch. When a survivor within 36 meters of you scares a crow, they gain the exhausted stat effect for 10 seconds. This perk has a 20-second cooldown. An amazing exhaustion perk that doesn't have to do with hooking a survivor, like Blood Echo, or repairing generators, like Mindbreaker. You just need to chase survivors and they become exhausted. Nutty. Really good. I wonder if this is a little too good. But overall, really solid for those M1 killers, and part of behavior trying to push a more chase-oriented killer playstyle. And for Survivor, Mirrored Illusion. This perk activates after completing a total of 50% worth of repairs on generators. Press the active ability button next to a generator, totem, chest, or exit gate to spawn a static illusion that lasts for 120 seconds. From afar, these illusions really look like the survivor is doing these actions, but when you get up close, it is more apparent that the survivor in question is an illusion. I can see this perk being very good at tricking a killer to wasting time on a survivor. Maybe as more people become familiar with the perk, it'll become more obvious and more easily countered. Solid for the time being. Bardic Inspiration. This is a perk that comes with the emote. Press the active ability button while standing and motionless to enter performance interaction that lasts up to 15 seconds and empowers survivors within 16 meters. Depending on your dice roll, you grant those survivors up to a 1%, 2%, 3% skill check progress bonus. Obviously, this perk gets better when there's more survivors around you, particularly on a generator, but I'm not 100% sure on its usefulness when you could just repair the generator yourself. But regardless, cool. Still Sight. After standing still for 4 seconds, this perk activates. Until you start moving, you see the aura of the killer as well as all generators and chests within 18 meters. This might be okay. It seems very situational. Maybe it'll be good if someone's chasing close by you and you're on a generator. You could watch someone getting chased as you repair, see where the killer is. Kind of like a reverse bond, and it might be quite good. But it's also there for those survivors that don't like to get chased as much and like to hide from the killer. Decent. I believe the survivor perks are decent. They've also mentioned they're currently working on 6 chapters in the back end.
We're happy to announce today that we have 6 new chapters currently in the works, and 2 of those chapters will be survivor-only chapters.
Nicki Minaj, I feel like I'm going to be Dead by Daylight. That's not real. That's not real, right? And this just seems to be the iceberg of what's to come. In terms of content, this seems to be one of the biggest updates Behavior has released. And with the comings of the new 2v8 game mode, it's nice to know that Behavior has been listening. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there's a Castlevania crossover coming. Behavior, you've been doing an insane job. Holy crap.